Hello and welcome back to Evolving Gentry Gaming. My name is Cliffy and today we're continuing our playthrough on the Iberian Peninsula. We are currently playing as the Sheikdom of Najera and we are continuing to slowly expand our territory. This is my first playthrough following the release of the Fate of Iberia DLC, including the new struggle mechanics amongst others. So we're going to jump right back in where we left off. I was just doing a couple things off screen here, and I think right off the bat what we're going to do is declare another war here. And the whole reason behind that is that I want to try to create a kingdom to pass on to our sons. And that way there will be a natural... Actually, no, let's move that there. And that way there'll be a natural leader rather than having two sons with equal titles that will split our realm. So the faster we can just continue to increase our realm, the better off we'll be in case all of a sudden our ruler dies unexpectedly. And as you can see here, I was successfully able to marry off our son. However, we might need to work on... Can we convert her? No? She might just dislike us. Ambitious, short range, cultural acceptance, also ambitious, yeah. So the ambitious is hurting us for now, but that's just while we're there. I would try to sway her. However, we are currently swaying someone else. They just hired some mercenaries, I'm going to assume. They did, so... What do I want to do about that? Don't need that many mercenaries, but let's go ahead and turn around. See if I can't get them, draw them out. Well, the other thing is we don't have our full forces here, so I can just continue to regain our numbers here. And if they want to come into my territory to try and fight, they are more than welcome to. But pretty soon we should have the numbers. We can see it's very slowly going back up there. And our second-born son has come of age. He's not a very good soldier, but he did get military engineer, so it's not the end of the world. Alright, excellent. Now, if we go and try to fight them there, I think we should be okay. We have the better commander, which should be us. Ooh, let's go ahead and make our brother and chancellor commander. We have the better commander. Yeah, we'll make our brother the leader. Better commander, defending in our territory. What was the other one? Defensive buildings, defending in hills. We should still catch them. Yep, and you can see we have a rather large advantage, so we should be alright here. Yep. Even though they have the mercenaries. It's not going great for us. It should turn around, though. And just like that, we might have just lost. I don't know why, though. We had a clear advantage in rolls in our favor. Alright, that's unfortunate. They might be trying to go for our capital, which is a smart play by them. And unfortunately our brother just died from his wounds, so this is not going very well, so we're gonna have to figure out a way to turn this around. Alright, I guess we will... We'll make him marshal for now. He's not the best. Alright, well, we're gonna have to figure out how to turn this around in our favor, so... I was hoping to avoid it, but I think I'm gonna have to... Oh. What is this? There's stoking the fire. There have been clashes between... Alright, so... You could gain fanatical recruits for 10 years and gain 10 dread, or 11 dread, excuse me. Riots and murders. It's not ideal. I can try to ease the tension and gain stress. Um, yeah, I don't like this option because it's going to give away the sheikdom. This is unfortunate, but I think we take this and get the dread. The riots and murders effects here is not going to be ideal in the slightest, but well, let's defend this territory, I guess, and we'll probably hire some mercenaries. Even though I really was trying to avoid that. We will hire them. Looks like they are running away because they realize that we will have the numerical advantage. So we should be able to turn this around and take back the territory. It's unfortunate that we lost all that gold. Yeah, and we can't afford to pay anyone to join us, so we will decline that. That is something I should keep in mind moving forward too, though, is that they also have the option of essentially having someone offer to assist them in the war for 100 gold. So a new mechanic for me to keep an eye on. I'm still not entirely sure why I lost that battle. I guess it must have been the men-at-arms that they just had about 100 more than us, something along those lines. Alright, so I still don't want to pay anyone because I don't have the gold to pay them anyway. Anyway, we should win now that we outnumber them. They will have the defensive buildings, but we do have another good army commander. And since we have the numerical advantage and we have a slight advantage in the rolls, we should be able to pull this one off, and it's looking that way. So one thing that I started to say was I did marry my son off screen. He has terrible... Our son has terrible diplomacy, which is not going to go well for him in the future. So I married him to a woman with good diplomacy, good stewardship, because I think that's valuable to have. Pretty decent intrigue as well, and she also has hail. There's no suitable matches that would get us any valuable alliances. The only ones that I could find were kind of in like this region, which I think is a little too far away to help us as an ally. Particularly when they have to cross the water, and we might get drawn across the water to try and assist them as well. So I took the hail option as a trait. Oh, wrong person. Hail as a trait, so we'll get some prowess. Our children will hopefully inherit this and get possibly some prowess, health bonuses, and attraction options as well. So that's why I did that. I also looked around at some of the new mechanics and catalysts, just to get a better understanding of the mechanics. I still don't fully understand everything. I was trying to... so this is interesting. This was our cousin who was due to inherit the throne of Navarra, who is our uncle and somehow our cousin. I'm still not entirely sure how that works out, but there's a new primary heir, which is his grandson? No. Whose grandson was this? His grandson. I wonder if we were to... There's a 50% chance that we could try to murder him. But there's not really much of a reason to do so at the moment, just due to the claims. But it is a situation to keep an eye on. Perhaps with our intrigue in the near future, we can look towards taking advantage of that. He just became our steward. He did have a hook on us. I don't think we had that good of a steward anyway, so that's not the end of the world there. We did just capture their ruler. However, if I can, I'd probably prefer to ransom him. 23 gold. I think I'll try to take this before their army comes back, and then I'll ransom him. Because the gold is going to be very important for us. The other thing that I'm looking as an option in order to gain gold, which I'm not used to having, is looking around at other wars going on so that we can offer our assistance in order to get 100 gold from them, as we've seen the several options for. Looks like there's yet another war against our liege. And he has the Duchy of Castile. Does he have an alliance to Astorga? And that he also has a liege. Okay. I don't know if... What territory is this in? So this is part of the... How does he have the Duchy... Oh, that must not have been the Duchy of Castile. That was Duchy... No, it is Dutch. Does he control any of this territory? No. I should be able to usurp that from him. And we should be taking this territory and boom. Done. Alright, excellent. Alright, so we captured some more of his family members. I guess let's ransom... It doesn't really matter who, he doesn't have enough gold anyway. And let's go ahead and enforce our demands, and we'll expand our territory. We are slightly above the domain limit, but that's not the end of the world for the time being. I think I'd prefer just to have the land under our control. So let's take a look at the Duchy of Castile here. And if we could usurp it, we couldn't because he's fighting a war, but I think that since he has none of this territory, we should be able to usurp it from him. I'm still not entirely sure why he has it. Unless possibly he inherited it, and now we're randomly... Oh, because he's at war with us, yeah. So let's go ahead and raise all of our troops here again, just to defend our territory. Oh, we have another commander. Excellent. Alright. Except it says he's... Oh, no, that's incorrect. Well, we should at least be able to scare them off. I don't want to fight them in the mountains here, but if we can... we might be able to catch them there, actually. No, they're moving fairly fast. They should be locked in there, so we should be able to catch them there? No. Nope. It does look like, though, because they're in our territory, they are taking the attrition. Oh, nope, not anymore. It was looking like they were taking attrition from moving around in our territory, but I can't say that that's still the case. And now that they've moved and severely outmaneuvered us, I'm just going to ignore them for the time being. Let's, do we no longer have a liege? Is that what has happened? It is. So that's rather exciting and terrifying at the same moment. So we are involved. We are now the leader of the war. Huh. Sultan. It's against the kingdom, but is he no longer the kingdom? I'm very confused. He just has a sheikdom now, so I guess we're the unfortunate new target. We are now independent. Alright, so we're gonna have to... Oh. We do not want to let these armies get together, so if I can catch either of these armies separated, that would be very much ideal. It looks like we should catch them. They will have defending in the mountains, but that is fine. And our third son is no longer a child. He is a good diplomat, so that's good. Hopefully we can make use of that in the near future. We're going to ignore that pop-up for culture. And they do have a slight advantage as far as the rolls go, but we should be able to turn this around. And if they want to attack... we don't have the gold, unfortunately, to accept, so we're going to have to decline. We have paused for a brief second there. It looks like this other army is going to come in. That's unfortunate. I was hoping that we would have been able to finish the fight there right before, and because then we would have gotten the mountain defense advantage. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna lower this for a second. We're gonna take Schemer. Schemer will give us +5 intrigue, plus 25% to hostile scheme power. And it looks like we just inherited something. I'm not entirely sure what. Oh, looks like we might end up losing this battle again, which would be rather unfortunate. I also... Chiefdom of Soria? Okay, so the... Alright, so we're gonna have to retreat. Unfortunately, with that defeat, it puts us in a bit of a rough spot. Let's go ahead and assign this to him, and we'll continue. We'll leave it on collect taxes for now. But they do badly outnumber us. So there's not a lot I can do at the moment. This might just be a lost battle for Soria. Let's also just keep moving. Because somehow I'm going to need to catch them split, but I don't know if that's possible. Is there any alliances that I could make? I should have done this sooner. You have 1250. He's 1,000. He's our former liege. He does have a daughter. Could I arrange a marriage with him, with her? Yes, I could. Let's do that, because I'll have an easier time finding someone to marry my daughter off to for an alliance. Definitely should have thought of this sooner. And then let's go by alliance power. You do not have a liege as well. Let's go ahead and do that, and then hopefully I can wait until we get some alliances in. Let's go ahead and call our ally in. And then hopefully I can get one more ally in. Yes. And if I can call him in as well, and if they can get to us before we lose another battle. Hopefully we sneak out. Yep. I'm gonna just keep running and hopefully I can stay ahead of these enemy armies. It doesn't look like that's gonna be the case though, but we do have an ally coming in. Hopefully they make it in time. I'm not sure that they will. It looks like our armies are getting wiped out pretty quickly, and that might be just enough war score. Nope, alright, it wasn't that much war score. Hopefully our allies don't get picked off piece by piece though. That would also be highly unfortunate. Keep running. Run! 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 I might be able to help them out in time if they get caught. And then also, probably should just wait for our other ally. And hopefully I get some more numbers back. Alright, here comes our second ally, excuse me. The war score just dropped a little bit, not entirely sure why. They are sieging down Burgos and it's going fairly quickly. It's unfortunate that they're going that far. I am very curious to know what the percentage for capturing Burgos would be as far as war score. I guess ideally we need to try to take Najera back, but we might... maybe we just hold up in the mountains actually. 91%. I cannot afford to lose another... no, it's maxed out, so losing battles won't matter. But we might need to win the next battle. Yeah, let's try to catch them. Actually, we'll hold Soria for a second. They're sieging this down. They're going to have about 17,000 troops. We have about 23 with another 1,000 coming in. Alright, so we should be in better shape here, but I really need my allies to march with us here. Alright, I think once this ally ends up in Soria with us. Yep. They're marching across as soon as they do. Alright, nope, let's go. I do not want them to get away. Or do I wait? Nope, I can't catch them. That's unfortunate. I might be able to catch one of these armies here, though. Defending a river crossing is not ideal, but if I can just catch any army, split. Even just assisting our ally. Alright, that's awesome. That's huge. There we go. Let's start to turn this around. It looks like catching them is going to be a little bit of an issue, because I think that their commander must have like the movement speed advantages. There's a dangerous faction. Well, I can't do a whole lot about that at the moment. We'll keep an eye on that, and also our mercenary is about to disappear, so we need this to finish as quickly as possible. Luckily with our allies, though, we should have enough troops anyway in order to hold them off to at least a white peace, and that will buy us some time. We do still have enough gold to at least maintain our troops as well. One thing I was trying to figure out, but I wasn't able to figure out exactly how it works, is that through the struggle mechanic, there's something called a border raid. But when I was looking at my neighboring counties, it did not give me the option. So I think there's something that I'm missing there, because essentially it sounds like as long as there's a specific enemy county bordering my realm, I can use the border raid to essentially siege for gold. However, there's something I'm not fully understanding there as we still try to figure out these new mechanics. I wonder if I'm getting this negative opinion because... Nope, I was a little curious if it would be at all because of this, but it is not. Oh well. I will need to figure out the realm situation here shortly, though. Letter on the back. Passing through my court, I noticed an unrecognized face approach me. Former vassal, or former courtier of your vassal. Present myself. Ah, that's a new option. Dear Lub, please assassinate the bearer of this letter. Lope. That's my vassal who really does not like me. Well, so we could poison her. Which I would gain a secret for. I could accept her into my court. There's a 75% chance that he would think that we could tell her to flee, and there's a 75% chance that he would think that we did it anyway. Only reason why I don't like this option is I don't like having the secret murder for something like this. So let's tell her to flee, and hopefully that doesn't backfire spectacularly in my face, which is entirely possible. Alright, could we white peace out? Why not? Okay, so we need some more war score here. I think number one, we'll start to take back our territories. Oh, did not mean to do that. Let's take a look at the troop numbers. Right now we do have an advantage in troop numbers, so we might need to take advantage of that, but it looks like he's coming back into our territory anyway. But I think ideally we do go ahead and... Oh, we do need a commander. I will lead our troops. I think if we can take this back, and then potentially... how quickly are they sieging this down? Nope, let's just go ahead and fight. And hopefully our allies follow quickly enough. Catalyst has been triggered. Progress towards conciliation. Because he increased the development of a different... For increasing the development of a county of a different faith or culture, we got a little bit of progress towards conciliation. Okay. I do not want to fight in the mountains, but if I can keep their army split, that would still work as well. Might fight the smaller force in the mountains, because we should still outnumber them at least. Particularly if our allies continue to follow us. Hopefully we can catch them there. If they wait long enough, we should be able to catch them. Spouse influences religious conversion. One of our vassals has converted to our faith, so that is excellent. We're ignoring court positions for the time being. Everyone is just fast. All these armies are just faster than me, and I'm fortunately unable to catch them, so. If I can just catch one of them. Alright, maybe we'll do this. We'll march through Soria and try to catch them again. Because this army should be taking attrition from the sieges. And we should be regaining numbers in our territory. Oh, we lost one. I do have a physician, correct? Yes, I do have a physician. Alright, good. We should be missing a council member. Unless that was my... I think that was my imam. But we now have an imam with 30 learning, which is fantastic. So I'm super excited for that. So here, are our allies following us? No, they are not. Alright, so if our allies aren't going to follow us, then I might sit here and just try to make sure that we catch these armies, or at least keep them from merging over here. Alright, let's see if they follow us, and if they do, we really need to capture, or at least defend Tudela. Now we have the peasants to deal with, so... Luckily though, some of the peasants are fighting the invading forces, so that could work in our favor, even just slightly. We gained the trait wounded, which is fine. That's not too bad. I guess hopefully our allies just continue to follow us. And then we can go fight these peasants. They have a severe advantage for some reason. And my allies cannot join in. I'm confused. Is it because it's a peasant revolt that my allies aren't able to... Well, that was stupid. My allies were unable to join in because I did not call them into that war. Well... we also gained maimed during that, so that was less than ideal. But oh well, we learned a valuable lesson there, and we did just also... Alright, let's go ahead and enforce demands. The bright side is that he is an excellent commander, so I could ransom him for nothing, so we're not going to worry about that. But since he is such an excellent commander, I am going to convert him and recruit him and have him become More of our new military leaders. First Army of Avila. We also are now war scores from held objectives. That's why. Can we white peace now? Let's offer a white peace and hopefully we can just end this. Oh. Alright, that was close. So, this was quite the action-packed episode. And unfortunately, a lot of things did not go in my favor, but it could have been a whole lot worse. We did not lose any of our territory. We drastically need gold, but we are not broke yet. I have some territories that I can give away. We were maimed, but we are still alive. We now have 2 allies that we can rely upon. And it looks like the struggle is still moving slightly more towards conciliation rather than hostility. I really hope and plan on, in the next episode, actually diving into this more. I had read a little bit about it more prior to this, however, just with the way things happened in this episode, I wasn't able to get to it. I'll probably also break up the domain holding situation here a little bit more, but I'll do that off screen because I'm not sure who I want to give territories to. It's probably sons and such as that. We are on the successful side, though. We did move a little closer towards being able to create the Duchy of Castile, which it looks like is no longer his title, which makes sense because he does not control any of this territory. So he has a press claim for it, so maybe that's why... Well, it still doesn't make it... I'm still very confused about how we became the war target following that war, unless the war target was always Soria. Regardless, doesn't matter. We survived, we did not thrive, but hopefully in the next episode things will be able to turn around slightly more in our favor. However, hopefully though, you've enjoyed. Thanks for watching. And until next time.